Hi, I'm TJ Noto. Welcome to another edition of GearheadExchange TV. Today, we're going to take a closer look at the 1966 Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint Veloce. We'll check in with our 1900 CSS restoration project, and then we're going to head up to San Francisco and check out the cars at the California Mille's kickoff at the Fairmont Hotel. Debuting in September of 1963, the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GT became one of the best-loved Alfas of all time and a true automotive icon. The car's shape is iconic Bertone, with twin headlights and the unique design element of the nose, which is the reason that the early cars are referred to as step noses. When it was launched, it was an extremely capable machine and a true driver's car. You had to spend a lot more money to get better performance. The Giulia Sprint had an all-synchromesh 5-speed gearbox, 4-wheel disc brakes, and a sophisticated suspension which made it a true delight to drive. Light, nimble, sophisticated, and elegant, it remains a usable and engaging classic car to own and to drive. Of course, it's the engine that is the heart and soul of any car, and in the Alfa's case, the power plant will steal your heart and satisfy your soul. Never before has such a small car been so fun to drive. The 1600cc all-aluminum twin-cam engine doesn't make much torque or horsepower below 3,000 RPM, but above that, the engine sings and zings its way to 6,000, where it churns out 125 reliable horsepower. Combine that sweet little engine with a 5-speed all-synchromesh gearbox, excellent brakes, and fantastic handling, and you've got a car well-suited to spirited use on both road and track. Alfa Romeo took the basic design and powertrain one step further and built the GTA, a lightweight, higher horsepower version of the Giulia Sprint Veloce. Alfa Romeo built over 21,000 Sprint GTs and over 14,000 Sprint GT Veloces from 1964 to 1967, before the body was restyled, losing its step-nose front end, gaining a pair of headlights, and receiving a larger 1750cc engine. The line continued until 1974, by which time its engine had been enlarged to 2 liters, and again the body received more small design upgrades. Still, the basic shape of the car did not change from 1963 to 74, and it remains one of the most identifiable Alfa Romeos of all time. Well, enough talk. Let's go for a drive, shall we? Hi, I'm TJ Noto with GearheadExchange. We're here at the 2013 California Mille at the kickoff, which starts at the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco, California. We're going to take a walk around and look at a few cars and see what we can find. There's some really fantastic cars here, and we just can't wait to get a closer look at them. So let's go look at some cars. In order to be eligible for the California Mille, the car needs to be pre-1957 or earlier. So we have a few XK140 Jaguars here. One's a fixed head coupe, another drop head, and then 2 drop head coupes. Gorgeous cars, straight 6, twin overhead cam engine, just a fantastic car, and very, very similar to the car that won Le Mans in the 50s numerous times. 1956 Ferrari Buono coupe, just a gorgeous car. Love the paint scheme. I don't know how many were made, but it's a very, very small number. This one looks freshly restored. A fantastic car to see out on public roads. 1956 Alfa Romeo Giulietta Spider. This show could be called the Alfa Mille. There are more Alfa Romeos here, it seems, than anything else. This is a fantastic car, 1300cc engine. Just a beautiful car to drive and so pretty to look at. Another Alfa. This is one of my favorite cars of the show here. This is a Zagato body 1900 CSS. 39 of these built. They were virtually all different, as most 1900s were. This car is just stunning to look at. Beautifully shaped body. These were the lightest weight of all of the Alfas, 1900s anyway. Really a race purpose car. The interior is just very much targeted at racing. This one has an original rally meter in it for time, speed, and distance rallies. All aluminum bodywork. A very, very wonderful car. You notice very lightweight seats with some substantial side bolsters. Very lightweight. Beautiful car. One of the most iconic supercars of the era, Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing, just a gorgeous car. There are a number of these entered in the show today, or in the rally, I should say. Beautiful car. This car here has the optional Rudge knockoff wheels. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous car. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is a Lancia, what model?
Aurelia.
Aurelia.
B20.
Okay.
1955, 4th series. It's a 2.5 liter V6 with Weber carburetors, and the cars are wonderfully balanced. It's a transaxle car,
right.
So the clutch, differential, transmission are all single unit in the back of the car. So 4-wheel independent suspension, perfect 50-50 balance.
Gorgeous.
They were pretty competitive in their day,
yeah.
In the early 50s.
Lancia was known for those kinds of technical innovations, weren't they?
Yes. A lot of times you look at Lancia and it's you're looking at the engineering and it's like, wow, and then why?
What's your name?
Tom.
Tom, I'm TJ Noto.
TJ?
How long have you had the car?
About 4 years.
Do you have other Italian cars, or is this your kind of your sole passion?
This is my only Italian car.
Okay.
I also own a Gullwing.
Oh, wonderful.
With Rudge wheels. But for this event, this is a good car.
Yeah.
It's a great car for these little windy coastal roads.
Have you run it in this event before?
Oh yes, several times.
Wonderful. Well, I really appreciate you bringing it out.
Too, but this is actually, I think the Lancia is a better car for these events.
Wonderful. Well, it's very nice to talk to you. I appreciate the information out of your car. Really great. Great history in the car. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, love it. Austin Healey, I believe this is a 100M. Not a one, I don't know the model of this. It's a early Austin Healey 100. Two of them right next to each other, gorgeous cars, 4-cylinder power, gorgeous body. Another Alfa. This car is very special. This is a prototype 1955 Giulia Spider, and this one we happen to know was driven all the way from Detroit, Michigan, all the way across the United States to run in the California Mille. This particular car has run in the original, or sorry, the Mille recreation. This car has been all over the world. The owner is a fantastic guy, and it's just a great story that this car was driven all the way from Ann Arbor, Michigan to California to participate in the event. You notice also this car has a column shift, which is a pretty rare feature for an Alfa of this vintage. By this time, most of them had been shifted to the transmission hump, floor shift. Really neat car. Lancia Aurelia B24S. This S is for Spider. Another beautiful car. Again, Lancia was really known for some very innovative engineering when they were manufactured in the 50s. I love the color of this car. 507 BMW, what a beautiful car. This is working out better. Wow. Love the patina on this early Giulia Sprint. What a great car. Obviously unrestored. Beautiful. 1900 CSS Alfa Romeo. We just talked to the owner. Just recently been treated to a number of upgrades, suspension and mechanical work and powertrain. This is very, very similar, virtually identical to our own 1900 CSS, and we're hoping to have it in next year's California Mille. There's 4 ACs here, 2 AC Asica Coupes, which are just beautiful cars. These are essentially very similar to the AC Ace that the AC Cobra was based upon. And if we turn around here, we'll see two AC Aces in a row. Beautiful cars. While work continues on our 1900 CSS restoration, we learned some sad news last week. Unfortunately, our car will not be part of the 2013 Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. It's not a great surprise, and it would have been very hard for us to meet the deadline if we had been selected. And while our Alfa Romeo is not exactly common, it's not really rare by Pebble Beach Concours standards either. We want to show you some of the work we've been doing on some of the chassis components. This is the handbrake lever, and we've run it through our bead blaster at the shop to remove the rust and corrosion in the original paint. It'll soon be painted in an original chassis flat black and be ready to put back on the car. This steering idler component here shows you what the component looks like before it's been bead blasted. So you can see it's got 30 or 40 years of light rust and paint and overspray on it. So this is before and this is after. We've got hundreds more components to do this to, so we'll be spending a lot of time in front of the bead blaster over the coming weeks and months. Well, even if you don't love Alfas as much as we do, we certainly hope that you enjoyed learning more about these wonderful cars. Join us next time. We'll have some coverage of Gordon McCall's Quail Motorcycle Gathering, and we'll check back in and see how things are coming along with our 1900 CSS restoration project. In the meantime, don't forget to stay on the throttle.